Alright, check this out. Today I'm going to tell you a few things that I wish I knew whenever I started PoE 2. To start out with, and possibly the one that hurt my early progression the most, every time you level up, the vendor's inventory refreshes. This, along with the fact that vendors actually have decent gear, makes it a great strat to get good gear early and often. Moving on to gear. One thing that helped me out tremendously was learning about the extended tooltip. If you hold left alt while hovering over an item, it will show you additional information. What we're looking for here are the tiers of the modifiers on the items. Higher tiers, bigger numbers. Bigger numbers, better person. Next, we need to address resistances. Starting out, it's best to always try to keep your resistances capped at 75. Most people do not worry about chaos resistance as much, but it's still very important. So if you're new to PoE and dying a lot, try getting your resistances capped, or at least close to cap. Another thing that I personally have slept on is the Reforging bench. If you end up with multiple of the same item that you do not need, like jewels, waystones, even rings, just throw 3 of the same thing in the Reforging bench and it will generate a new item of the same type. This next one is something I see new people overlook a lot: quality. Almost all gear has a way to upgrade its quality, which increases the item's base stats. Normally, quality goes to 20% on most items. If you look at the defense on this body armor, you can see the evasion and energy shield increase as I improve the quality. For weapons, it's going to increase the base damage. For jewelry, you use catalysts that drop in breaches. Each catalyst will increase the stats of a specific group of stats. For example, on this amulet, I wanted to increase the defenses, so I will use this Carapace catalyst. As I use it, you can see the energy shield and evasion increase, both implicits and explicits. Another upgrade for amulets is anointing. You can use distilled emotions from the delirium encounters to anoint an amulet. For this amulet, I'll be adding mana regen by using guilt, and ire, in that order. This gives my amulet open mind, which increases mana regen. There are much better anoints to use. I chose this one because it was cheap and at the top of the very long list. You can also use the distilled emotions to instill your waystones too. Again, each emotion does something different. But here we will use paranoia, which increases the amount of rare monsters that are in the map. Another thing you want to make sure you have upgraded quality on is your skill gems. If you hold Alt on a skill gem, it will show you what stat will increase when you upgrade it. Now, not all skill gems gain anything from being upgraded, so make sure you check before you upgrade and waste currency. Something a lot of people miss is the expedition crafting. You can talk to the expedition vendors in your hideout to craft items. You start off buying an item you want to craft, and then it will give you options on the item that you can accept or skip as you see fit. If you're lucky, you can make some pretty good stuff from here. Have you ever done ritual and not had enough tribute to buy all the items that you want? You can defer an item, which makes it have a chance to appear in a future ritual loot pool. If you don't buy the item whenever it shows back up, and you do not defer it again, it will be lost. Now we come to the real fun stuff: gambling. Kinda. Using a chance orb on a normal white rarity item has a chance to upgrade the item to a unique of the same base, meaning if I use the chance orb on a stellar amulet, I have a chance at getting Astromantis. If I use it on a heavy belt, I could get Headhunter. There are certain uniques that you cannot get from this method, but most of those are from pinnacle bosses exclusively. With Omens, which are found in rituals, you can make crafting a bit less unpredictable. In this example, I have an Omen of Sinistral Alchemy, which will add the maximum amount of prefixes to an item. This is really good to use on waystones because the modifiers that you usually want are prefixes. There are quite a few omens that do all kinds of different things. There are omens that help you not die by refilling your flasks whenever you hit low life. There are ones that reduce the amount of experience you lose when you die, and there are various ones that affect different currencies while crafting. If you get to the end game and you find you are unable to sustain waystones, there are a couple of things to help with that. First, you have the map itself. The stronger the negative modifiers or the suffixes of a waystone, the higher the waystone drop chance will be on the waystone itself. Additionally, you can use precursor tablets to influence towers you complete to increase the drop rate of waystones. Another strategy is to focus on nodes that have map bosses, as waystones have a higher drop rate from bosses. Eventually, you can also add to this with your Atlas passive tree, and you'll never run out of waystones again. Another really cool trick with the waystone drop chance has to do with the Citadel bosses. If you're able to get over 300 waystone drop chance, the Citadel boss will drop an additional fragment of the monolith key. If you get over 600%, the boss will drop 2 extra fragments. These fragments sell really fast for a decent amount, so it's a good strategy to farm and sell them if you do not want to fight the Arbiter of Ash yourself. Maybe Elon should have just sold his fragments. I'm going to end this video on a quick and very basic overview of the main currencies. Transmutation orbs upgrade a normal white item to a magic blue item with 1 modifier. Augmentation orbs add an additional modifier to a magic item with only 1 modifier. Orbs of Alchemy will upgrade a normal white item to a rare yellow item with 4 modifiers. Regal orbs will upgrade a magic blue item to a rare yellow item. Just know, this orb will also upgrade a magic blue item with 1 modifier to a rare yellow item with 2 modifiers, so it's always best to use an augmentation orb before using a regal if possible. Chaos orbs will choose one of the modifiers on a rare yellow item and change it to a random modifier. Val orbs will corrupt an item, which can do a lot of different things. Val orbs are unpredictable and can add rune slots to weapons and armor. They can add an implicit to an item. They can change the modifiers of an item. They can even remove modifiers, or do nothing at all except corrupt your item. Exalted orbs will add a new random modifier to a rare yellow item that has an open affix. Divine orbs will reroll the numeric values of an item, but it will not change the modifier's tier. This means that an item with tier 13 life can be changed to any value between 200 and 214 life. Anomen orbs will remove a random modifier from an item. You cannot use Anomen orbs to downgrade an item. So if you have a blue magic item with 1 modifier and you use an Anomen orb on it, it will remove that modifier, but the item will still be magic. Chance orbs have a chance to upgrade a normal white item to a unique of the same base type. If it fails, the item is deleted. Mirrors of Kalendra. They will make an exact copy of any gear. Mirrored items cannot be crafted on or mirrored again. Usually these are used on the best items crafted in each league. I hope that at least one of these tips helps you out in your playthrough of PoE 2. I'll see you next time.